All right, guys, today I want to talk about the FOMO around cosmetic items in Diablo 4, but not the cosmetic items that you'll be grinding for in game. Oh, no, 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 no. Today I want to talk about the plethora of cosmetics that seem to be coming from crossover events and collabs with companies outside of Blizzard. In Diablo 4, when you bought any edition above the standard edition, you did get some cosmetics. These cosmetics differed depending on exactly what edition you got, but if you got the deluxe edition or like some people and sprung for the ultimate edition, you did get a mix of these cosmetics. The deluxe edition was going to give you a temptation mount and some armor. And then if you sprung all the way up for the ultimate edition, on top of a bunch of other things, you were also going to get the Wings of the Creator emote. Now, with this being an industry standard thing, it wasn't that big of sort of a shock to the system. We all kind of knew this was going to happen, and you bought sort of the edition you wanted to, depending on the amount of money you had and the amount of money you had available. For some of us, though, we did spring for the higher edition just literally for the FOMO, right? We're all afraid to miss out on cosmetics. Maybe we had a couple extra bucks laying around, and we wanted to just go ahead and spring for the higher tier of the game, literally just for the cosmetics. Diablo 4 is not alone in this practice. A lot of other games do it. A lot of other game companies do it other than Blizzard, and it's just something that we've all sort of become accustomed to, right? Well, it appears that Blizzard is going to go even further with this. Now, whether other companies are doing this or not, that's really a whole nother discussion, or at least another topic for discussion. But I feel like Blizzard is actually being a little bit more aggressive with this than what we've seen other companies do. If we look a little bit further into the cosmetics and the whole cosmetic scene around Diablo 4, you start to notice there are actually a lot of ways outside of the game to get in-game cosmetics. Now, I feel like when we do see this in other games, it's spread out over a longer course of time, right? You might see one promotion here, get this, do this, get this in-game cosmetic. I don't know if Diablo 4 is going with a full court press here, or if it just happens to be that a lot of this info is sort of leaking out all at the same time. So if we look at the Diablo 4 launch support a streamer program that's been leaked all over Twitch, you can actually see that there will be a cosmetic horse that you can get, or a cosmetic mount that you can get for purchasing 2 subscriptions across participating channels in this program. Now, not every streamer that streams Diablo is going to be eligible for this program. However, some will be selected, and if you watch their channels and purchase 2 subscriptions, you'll be eligible for this Twitch drop. So 2 subscriptions on Twitch are going to cost you around $5 a piece, or $10 total. So what they're saying is this cosmetic is a $10 cosmetic, except the proceeds go to the Twitch streamers that are supporting Diablo and not directly to Blizzard. One could argue that this is actually a good thing for the ecosystem of Twitch and the content creators, and this is a great way for Diablo to give back to Twitch streamers that are supporting their content by playing it all the time. And they're using their sort of ability to make cosmetics to sell them and give back to the Twitch streamer. So while there are 2 ways to look at this, one is that it's good for the Twitch streamers and the Twitch streamer ecosystem. The other way is that it's bad for the consumer, because this is yet another way that you are going to have to try to buy cosmetics in the game. The issue I take with this also isn't supporting Twitch streamers, as I myself stream on Twitch, and this is a great way to drum up support for my channel from people who may not support the channel regularly. The issue I do take with this is for the consumer. Now, the consumer who wants this item has some FOMO around this item, not because it's super limited time, as you almost get a month to get it, but the consumer now has to go to Twitch, has to create an account, and then link their account with a payment method, and then pay the content creator, and then get the cosmetic. This is just creating a bunch of hoops for the consumer to jump through. And you could say that this isn't that much of a pain or whatever, but that's not the point. The point is that you have to go out of your way to get this cosmetic. And if you don't go out of your way, you might feel like you're going to miss out on it. Now, this even extends outside of Twitch, right? KFC will be doing another partnership with Diablo 4, this time specifically for in-game weapon cosmetics. Now, there has been a little bit of a leak as to sort of which cosmetics we'll be looking at being there through this KFC collab. Now, whether you want these or not, or whether you think that this is expensive or not, or a pain in the ass, is also irrelevant. The conversation isn't about, is this financially viable? The conversation is about how many different promotions are they going to have across how many different companies, and how far are you, the consumer, going to have to spread your money just to gain access to these things? And if you don't, is this going to trigger your FOMO? Going and getting KFC might not seem like that big of a deal, but for some people, they just don't like fast food. And for other people, they just don't want to go spend the money on this. They might be on a limited budget, and even eating a little bit of fast food could break their budget. While going out and spending $4 or $5 for a meal at KFC just to get a shot at one of these cosmetics might not be that big of a deal, it is still another place that you have to go to spend your money instead of just paying in-game or grinding for the cosmetics. And now it looks like SteelSeries is actually going to have their own sort of cosmetics tied to purchasing some of their new upcoming Diablo 4 inspired paraphernalia for your gaming devices, whether that is PC or controller. Now, it doesn't say it here, but Reddit and a few other places have actually found out sort of what you get, right? And what you're going for is actually the Bound Faith cosmetic sort of mount trophy in Diablo 4. And you can see right here, there is a small list of specific items that you would need to buy from the SteelSeries in order to get this cosmetic sort of thrown in for free. Though it's not free, right? Some of these items are very expensive, and you might not need to buy these items. However, you might go ahead and buy these items because you're a huge Diablo 4 fan and you get a free cosmetic. Once again, leaning on a lot of people's FOMO. So, FOMO has been, and will always be sort of a point of contention between all gamers, with some gamers really enjoying the concept of FOMO and the sort of you had to be there to get it type of mentality. Hell, I am one of those gamers. I like the idea of something being super rare, hard to get, and limited in the sort of sense that you had to be there and be gaming for that period of time to be eligible to get that item. It sort of rewards gamers for being there and not putting the game down. Sort of a badge of loyalty, if you will. However, I don't know how much I like seeing all of these crossover items put up and causing people to sort of feel that FOMO, but the FOMO is tied to their wallets. One thing that's not stated is, are a lot of these items that are being showcased going to be recycled into the cash shop to where you can then buy them in-game, or are they only going to be exclusive items that you get with outside partnerships and outside deals? I feel that doing some of these partnerships every once in a while are sort of a way for a game to brand itself and sort of work with its partners. But I don't feel like a game as large as Diablo 4 should be hurting for money at this point in time. And I feel like all of these partnership deals are really detrimental to the consumer because you're forcing the consumer to go out and spend money in a lot of places outside of the game. And I don't like that. But you guys let me know what you think down in the comments. Are you okay with all these branded sponsorship deals and with all these different ways to sort of get cosmetics? Or are you not a fan of sort of the way the industry is going with this? And would you like to see them come back into the cash shop store? Obviously, we would all like to see them be a grindable item, but that's never going to happen again. Thank you for watching the video, and as always, have a great day.